I got such a great question today from another designer who is working on a floor plan. She's not working on this specific floor plan, but a floor plan. And she wants to be able to rotate the entire view of her floor plan. So basically, she wants to be able to turn it 90 degrees so that she can view it differently. But she doesn't want to have to use the orbit tool like this because you can see it's not the best way to flip your plan around. And she doesn't want to have to select the entire plan and use the rotate tool like so. That is not going to work for her either because that will mess with her other scenes. So we don't want to use the orbit tool and we don't want to use the rotate tool. How do we view our plan in a 90-degree difference? We don't want to view it from here. We want to be able to flip it, basically, flip our view. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the axis here. But first, I want to make sure that I have a reference scene set already so that I can go back to my default setting with my axis as it is now. So I have gone to top view. I'm in camera, standard views top. And I've hit my zoom extents tool here, this guy, or Shift Z, just to make sure that it's filling my entire screen. And make sure that you have added a scene here in your scenes window. You've hit the plus sign. That's how I added this scene so that we've locked in a view of this with this axis set at its default location here. So I just want to make sure that I have something to return to. And now I'm going to change this axis. So I'm going to go to Tools, Axis, and now there's going to be an axis attached to my cursor here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to choose an endpoint in my drawing here at the corner over here. I'm going to click and release. And that first choice, as I can see, is going to be the red axis. So I want it to be the opposite. Right now it's pointing this way. I want it to be the opposite. So I'm going to go right along this wall here. And now I'm going to choose the green axis, going the opposite of what it currently is. And now I've flipped it. I flipped those axes 90 degrees. The green is now running this way and the red is running this way. So now I am going to right click on the green axis and choose Align View. And go ahead and take a look. Before I click on that, you can see that my kitchen is running along that long wall with the sink. Go ahead and make sure you're watching that and we'll see it flip. And as I zoom out, you can see that it has flipped along this wall now. The whole drawing, I'm viewing it differently. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Zoom Extents or Shift Z. And now it is a vertical orientation. I didn't rotate my view at all, or my drawing at all. I didn't use the orbit to rotate my view. I changed the axes. So now I'm going to hit the plus sign in my scenes window. And I'm just going to call it Plan View Rotated. Enter. So I've locked in that scene, and now I can switch between the two. And the axes locations will be locked in to those scenes. I can easily return to this view, which is my default axis orientation. And that is how I rotate the view of my drawing.